Welcome to White Tiger Kenpo. In this video series I'll cover yellow belt, which will take about maybe 10, 11 lessons to get through. So the first lesson we're going to talk about is the first two techniques: attacking the circle A, B, and C, and stop hits A through E. So let's get started. Okay, the first technique we're going to talk about is attacking the circle A, B, and C. Now, this technique was originally in the Tracy system in Orange Belt. It was the first technique you learned in Orange Belt. But because attacking the circle is not a technique, it is a foot drill to teach you the time clocks and to teach you to learn to go in and out of your techniques. So we moved it when we were rearranging our system from orange to yellow, because we felt it was more appropriate there to teach the students right up front the clock patterns rather than after they've already learned their first belt. Plus it gets to used to using hard bows and the fighting stance. So attacking the circle A, it's slightly different than Tracy's. We just do 12, 3, 6, and 9. And there again, this is about footwork, not hand. So all we want you to do with your hands is you can either chop the groin or chop the neck and then chop the groin, or you can do back fist, hammer fist. Either technique or either way is acceptable. What you want you to work on is your heel-toe relationship, stepping into each angle. Also, a thing to keep in mind is between 12 and 6 is usually done with the right side of the body, and between 6 and 12 is usually done with the left side, with 12 and 6 going in either direction. Now, there are always exceptions to this rules, and there are a few techniques where the left foot or the right foot will cross into the other side. So let's get started with attacking the circle A. We're going to do 12, 3, 6, and 9. Now, why do we do this? Because it's easier to tell students to step to a 90-degree angle to step to 12 o'clock than it is to tell them to step to a 90-degree or a 45-degree angle. It makes it really simple and they can visualize the clock. So you're going to step to 12 into a fighting stance, knees slightly bent, throw a back fist, hammer fist, or chop, it doesn't matter. There again, on this part we're just looking at targeting, but we're mainly focused on the stance. Now, once you get into your stance, try not to go up and down. So we're going to slide in and slide out, back fist, hammer fist. So 12, 3, 6, we're going to slide in and go back out with our left foot, back fist, hammer fist. And there's no other reason to doing this than to have two on each side. Slide in, slide out, back fist, hammer fist. Okay? Again, now remember, watch the fighting stance and try to watch the bobbing. So we're going to slide in, 12, back fist, hammer fist, 3, back fist, hammer fist, 6, back fist, hammer fist, and 9, back fist, hammer fist. So now if I tell you to step right to 3 o'clock, you know that's where I'm wanting you to go. Or left to 12, which is a very common first step. You'll understand what we're talking about. The B version, now we're going to introduce you to the next angles, which is your 130 or your 230s, 430s, 730s, and 1030s. This time we're going to use not only our fighting stance, but we're going to practice block punch. So we're going to start just like we did our 4. We're going to step to the 230, which is between the 12 and the 3. Chop, or extended outward block, reverse punch. So there again, from your neutral stance, step to 230, extended outward block, reverse punch into hard bow, back to your fighting stance. Slide in, slide out to 430, so it's not quite 6 and it's not quite 3, it's there in the middle. Extended outward block, reverse punch, back to your fighting stance. Then you're going to come up, slide back out to 730, and we're going to do an extended outward block, draw the hand into chamber, reverse punch, back to stance. Okay, again, Now to 10-30, block, punch, back to stance. Okay, so the A version is 12, 3, 6, and 9. The B version is 2:30, 4:30, 7:30, and 10:30. Now let's talk about that just for a second. When I tell you to step, say left at 10:30 and do a crossbody parry. As you get better with the technique, that 10:30 will become more like 11 o'clock and you'll be able to get in tighter with your opponent. But as we get you used to doing this, we get you out and away from it. So we use the 10:30 and 11s. But there again, as you get better, get closer and closer to your opponent. So A, again, step in, right, 12, hammer fist or back fist, hammer fist. Slide in, 3, back fist, hammer fist. Slide up, head's not bouncing, slide out, back fist, hammer fist. Slide in, slide out, back fist, hammer fist. So you're like the point of a clock, it does not change. B version, there again, 2:30, 4:30, 7:30, and 10:30. Extended outward block, reverse punch, back to stance. Slide in, slide out, block, punch, back to stance. Slide in, slide out, block, punch, back to stance. Slide in and slide out, punch, back to stance. So 2:30, 4:30, 7:30, and 10:30 is your B version. A, 12, 3, 6, and 9. Throughout the belt, from yellow through black, these are the most common angles we're going to tell you to step to. And there again, as you get better, go in closer to those punches and set yourself up a little easier. Now, the C version. The C version we added, and we added it so that the student can get used to dealing or thinking in multiple attacks. People don't fight one-on-one anymore. They always fight 1-on-4, 1-on-6. So it's never really always a fair fight. So what we want you to do is you're going to take your circle, which can take up any of those angles. You're going to put 4 people in those angles. Okay, you can put one at 12, 3, 6, and 9. Keep it simple. You can put them at angles. You can put them a couple in the front, a couple in the back. Doesn't really matter. What we want you to do is to kind of choreograph your own little fight. Take 4 techniques that you learn in either group class or from another system. It doesn't really matter. And use them in a street scenario where you just got attacked by 4 individuals. Try to think of how that'll go down and think of the best way you can at this time. Deal with that. And then as you progress to each belt, go back to the C version and update it, because eventually you will be tested again on it in 3rd round. You're only tested on it at yellow, and then again at 3rd round and black. And each time we want to see a progression and better understanding of how the techniques work. And you don't have to use a complete technique. You can use a piece of this, a piece of that, as long as it's a logical scenario. Doesn't have to necessarily be as realistic, just somewhat, okay? And that's attacking the circle A, B, and C. Now, your second technique is called stop hit A, B, C, D, and E. Now, stop hit is what we call an initiation move. In other words, this is a 1 move. That's it. What we want from you is, as you progress through the belts, is come up with your own endings to these techniques. How do you finish them off with what you started with? Practice different things: locks, takedowns, sweeps, reaps, throws, continuations with other self-defense techniques. Doesn't matter. This is a chance for you to make 5 individual techniques your own and make them the way you want them to work. So, stop hit A. We got a right punch coming. These are all right punches. And we're going to step into a soft bow. Our hands are going to be up. This is really broken down. When you do this quick, you're not really going to see all this. But for breakdown purposes and for you to practice, the hands are going to come up here. You're in a soft bow position. We're going to torque our hips, so we're going to use circular or torquing power to block and strike. But in this case, that was my fault. A version is a vertical punch to the face. So on A, we're going to step in here, vertical punch to the face. Okay, again, we're going to step in right here. We're going to have a slight torque or circular power as we block and punch. This goes right to the face. Now from here, it's up to you to follow this up. You can go from here into any number of things that you want. Now, another question let me answer for you real quick is, do I have to step forward or can I step back? Or do I have to step back, can I step forward? It doesn't matter whether you step forward or back. That's irrelevant to the use of this technique. The only thing that matters is, can you strike the vertical punch to the target, which is the face? If that means you have to step forward to do it, then you step forward to do it. If that means you need to step back to gain the distance because they're coming in too fast or their reach is a lot longer than you think, you step back and do the same move. Okay, so stop, hit A. Step forward, this is the way it's written, but it doesn't have to be done this way. Step forward, block, and punch at the exact same time. Just like that. Okay? So when we do it from this angle, we come in and strike. Right as the punch comes in, it's just one move from here. And then from here, think about how you would follow that up with other techniques or moves. Okay, from this side, stop, hit A. Just like that. Let me do it the right side. There we go. Okay, stop, hit A, done, power side. Boom. Okay, stop, hit A. Good. Okay, B, identical to A. All we're doing is showing you can use a different strike for the same exact move. It's kind of redundant, but it helps students learn the ways to use different strikes. So in this case, instead of using a vertical punch to the face, we're going to come up and in to the chin or the nose with a heel palm. Okay? Everything else is the same. Up and in. Now, if you guys too tall, you can go right into the groin or into the solar plexus with it. Same thing with the A version. If you guys too tall, you can go to the solar plexus. So we got stop, hit A, vertical punch, stop, hit B, heel palm. Okay, let's do it from this angle. A, vertical punch, hard bow, and we stay there. B version, heel palm, right up. Okay, we don't go back into fighting stance, we just stay there, and from there you would go on to your technique. You can throw a front snap kick, come in with a cradle and crush, hook, knee, elbow, as an example of a way to follow that up. So, stop, hit A, step, vertical punch. Stop, hit B, step, heel palm. Stop, hit C. This time we're going to use an elbow. The guy's coming in really quick. You're in close, so you can't throw the punch. So you're going to either step in or back. I step in, elbow the chin. Okay, that could easily be done by stepping back with an elbow. So step in, grab, elbow strike. Just like that. Okay, so we got stop, hit A, step in, vertical punch. Stop, hit B, step in, heel palm. And then stop, hit C, elbow. Okay, let's go through these again. A, vertical punch right to the nose. B, heel palm, chin or under the nose, hard bow. C, step in, we're going to go from soft bow to horse, and this is going to strike the chin. There again, due to size, if you can't reach the chin, you go right to the solar plexus. Just change your targeting. Motion would be the same. Okay, that's A, B, and C. D and E now are basically the same thing. There again, we're just going to change the strikes. So on D, we're going to step to the outside of the body, grab the hand, and do a hammer fist to the temple or through the bridge of the nose. Okay, again, we're going to step here, hammer fist, soft bow, strike the horse. Okay, again, D, just like that. Now, E version, same thing, except we're going to chop the neck. Go for the collarbone. Now you can either go through here and stop, or you can go through it. set yourself up for a back fist, arm break, or some other kind of follow-up. So we got stop hit A, vertical punch. Stop hit B, heel palm. Stop hit C, elbow. Stop hit D, hammer fist. Stop hit E, chop to the neck. Okay, from this angle. A, vertical punch. B, heel palm. C, elbow. D, hammer fist. E, chop. One last angle. Heel palm coming in from the side, blocking and grabbing that punch and throwing the vertical punch to the face. Same thing but with the heel palm for B, C, elbow, D, hammer fist, E, chop. Okay, so your first two techniques in your first lesson is attacking the circle A. A, recap, chop, chop, or hammer fist to 12, 3, 6, and 9. Watching your fighting stance and your body going up and down. B version, block, punch to 230, 430, 730, and 1030. You have your stop hits, A through E. You got A, B, C, D, and E. Okay? Practice those two techniques, and when you've got them down, come back for lesson 2 and we'll go over your next 2 self-defense techniques. Nice working with you. Hope to see you in the next video.